Hello, it's that time of year again when I do my video blogs about lymphoma and living with lymphoma. And the reason for doing this is that lymphoma is the most common type of blood cancer. It's a blood cancer, but also in many ways it's a hard one to spot. So that's why I try and raise awareness every year, because I am someone who has lymphoma. In fact, I've had two types of lymphoma, and also as a demonstration of somebody living with ongoing cancer. So in terms of the symptoms, I posted up a little information sheet, and you'll see from that it's quite hard. But lymphoma falls basically into two main groupings. There's Hodgkin's lymphoma and non-Hodgkin's, and the Hodgkin's one is the one that affects predominantly young people, although not exclusively. Under the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, there's many varieties, different ones, all with slightly different symptoms, all needing slightly different types of treatments, etc, etc. So you can of course look at Lymphoma Action to see more about it, but the general thing you need to be looking out for is fatigue. It's something we can all dismiss, and in my case, we're talking 8 years ago, I lead a particularly busy lifestyle. I mean, I feel very tired today, so because I've just come back from a Blowsabella rehearsal, and that means I can worry about it, or I can just think I have a reason to be tired. But the point about mentioning fatigue is if it goes on and on, then it's probably worth having yourself checked out, because it could be any number of things. It could be a thyroid problem, it could be all sorts of bits and pieces. But fatigue is a symptom. Itchy skin, very itchy skin. In my case, I have psoriasis, so my skin is itchy. So again, another hard one to have as a kind of just a symptom on its own. Night sweats, well, of course, if you're a menopausal woman, you'll be having those anyway. But my oncologist always says, are you soaking the sheets? I mean, you're literally talking actually very similar to if you've had COVID. A lot of people who've had COVID have talked about how they were completely drenched in sweat. It would be very much like that. So those are the main symptoms of lymphoma. What would then happen would be they would then try and sort out what type of lymphoma. You need to look out for lumps, and the most common place for a lump would be in your neck. So in the same way that you might have swollen glands, for mumps you'd need to feel around, because basically a lymphoma means it tends to manifest itself around your lymph nodes, which are around your body. Hopefully I'll find a poster about that as well that I can post up. In my case, it wasn't, again, apparent. It was not in my neck. I had, in fact, a large amount of pain in my groin area, but nobody, including the doctor, felt a lump. So it was well hidden. And that was also unfortunate, because it meant that there was nothing obvious. But basically, I think the long and the short is, if you ever have an unexplained lump or bump somewhere, then you are advised to get it checked out. And one of the things I wanted to add about that this time is that if you're like me, you probably spent most of your life thinking you don't want to bother the doctor. And also because quite often you go to the doctor and they'll say, come back in 2 weeks' time if you're still feeling like it. But I think in modern society and in the current COVID situation, you do need to be bothering your doctor with some of these things, because this is where, and this has been happening with cancers across the board, people are missing key indicators because they don't want to bother the doctors, because they know the doctors and the hospitals, etc, etc, are busy and have been very busy with COVID. So but all the medics are saying, please be vigilant, please come forward if you are experiencing symptoms and stuff like that. So my encouragement to you is to look out for those kind of symptoms: lumps, fatigue, itching, and night sweats. There can be other indicators too, but those are the main ones. And if you have them, go and get checked out. There'll be more tomorrow. This is vlog 1 of 7 for 2022. No, what year are we in? 21. And it affects your brain, obviously. Bye.